In this video today, we're talking about business planning for real estate agents. Let's get started. First thing we need to look at is the intangibles. Now, yes, it's important to look at the tactical, tangible items that you need to focus on to become successful in the coming year and to grow your business in the coming year. But it's also important to look at the intangibles, which are oftentimes more important. So, what do you want to be in the upcoming year? What do you want to do? Or where do you want to go in the upcoming year? What do you want to have in the upcoming year? Because you need to look at what motivates you. You need to look at what areas that you need to improve upon in order to accomplish that next goal in your business. So here's a worksheet, and I can send this to you. If you want to have something to write down on, I can send you this. If you are a little bit old-fashioned like me. As you can tell, this is from a business planning workshop that I did back in 2018, 2019, but the same fundamentals still apply today. Now, what is your emotional reason why? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? What is your why? Why? Do you have an actual business plan set in place? And what resources do you have? I talk to new agents about this all the time. No matter what you did prior to real estate, no matter who you are, you have life experience that you can bring into this business that will help you become a successful person. Now, whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish in the coming year, you might now have experience in the business depending how long you've been in it. And with whatever experience you have, you know what your shortcomings are. Maybe you want to become more of a listing agent in the coming year. Maybe you want to build and grow and develop a team. Maybe you want to expand into new markets. Maybe you want to become more of a luxury agent. Whatever that goal is, you know what those things are that you need to improve on, but you need to identify them and write them down on paper. What is the current mindset that you have? How long are your sales slumps? Do you ever get stuck in a rut where you don't sell as much for a certain period of time?
And then I cried.
Do you have a little bit of a slump in the off season? How can you offset what it is that you do in the off season to make sure that when things do get busy, your pipeline is as full as it could possibly be so that you can make the maximum amount of money for when the time comes? What sort of people skills do you have or not have? I took a lot of public speaking training courses when I got started in order to become a successful real estate agent, in order to become a successful communicator. Maybe you need to work on some of that. What about the organizational skills? I know a lot of people, depending on your personality style, watch this video if you want more information on personality styles, but they're really good with people, but they really lack in organizational skills. Or maybe you're really good at organizational skills, or you really lack maybe with some of your communication skills. That happens. Time management. Where does all the time go? Do you actually have a perfect day set out for yourself? Do you actually have a weekly schedule that you try to follow on a regular basis? If you do write these things down, you will be surprised at what you will accomplish and what your day will look like. And find somebody to help keep you accountable to this, which is next on the list. Having accountability partners. Keeping this simple, it could be the agent partners you work with, it could be your broker, it could be your spouse, it could be your friends. You keep somebody accountable and they keep you accountable, and it's one of the best ways to make sure that you stay plugged in. Track your numbers. If you don't track your numbers, I bet that you do take a close look at your bank account, and if your bank account doesn't look the way that you want it to, you will be motivated to work hard. If it does, maybe you won't be motivated to work hard. But if you don't track your numbers, you don't know how much of that money in your bank account belongs to the government. So it's important to know where you stand, and if you track your numbers, you can be more in control of your time, and if you are, you can enjoy your time doing the things that you want to do outside of work without worrying about where your next paycheck is coming from. And then collaborating with other people. The peers that you have in the real estate business can be some of the biggest assets that you have. We are not all competitors in this business. We can be here to help and support each other. Now, here's some more of the tactical, tangible items items in your business. Go back over the last 12 months and identify, where did all of my business come from? I've listed some of the important key metrics here: open house, office lead, for sale by owner, sphere of influence, past client, agent referral, door knocking, sign calls, networking, etc. Maybe you've got social media or some advertising that you've done. Check out this video next if you want more information on what are the best methods of lead generation for real estate agents. But you need to identify how much of this is buyers and how much of this is sellers. Again, if you're working a lot more with buyers, it's harder to be in control of your time. And if you're working more with sellers, then what are you going to do with all of the buyer leads that come in? Do you have a team? Maybe you need one or two more teammates to help service the transactions that you currently have. Now back to tracking your numbers. What was your total gross income last year, and what do you want it to look like next year? What were your total expenses this year, and what do you want it to look like next year? If you invested a lot into your business this year, you should expect to get a bigger profit next year. Sometimes you can keep exactly the same gross commission income figure, but by decreasing your number of expenses, you can double your profit margins.
It's all profit for me, baby.
Sometimes it's working smarter, not harder, right? Look at, what did you take for listings this year and how many of them sold? What would you like to do next year? Again, you don't necessarily need to increase the number of transactions to get more of your time back. Sometimes it might just mean taking twice as many listings and working with half as many buyers. Just flipping it. Maybe you're working with 25% sellers and 75% buyers, and you want to flip that around to work with more sellers than buyers, because as we know, it takes a lot less time working with a buyer than it does working with a seller. If you want more information on being a buyer's agent versus a listing agent, check out this video next. And then you also want to look at, what is your average commission? If you focus on certain prospecting methods, you can actually increase the average commission that you have just by focusing on upper end networking events, or maybe door knocking neighborhoods where there's more higher end homes, etc. And then if you really are diligent in tracking your numbers, you should know how many hours per day do you actually prospect. Maybe you actually tracked it closely. And then how many people did you talk to, and or how many people do you talk to per hour, so that you know how many conversations, how many sales conversations, how many outbound prospecting conversations you had for the year. Because again, you don't necessarily need to have more conversations. Sometimes you need to increase the quality of conversations that you're having. A lot of these systems can be improved if you simply track. It's hard to improve what you don't track. The next important thing for you to look at is what I call the income reality check. As I'd mentioned, sometimes it's not all about gross income. It comes down to what you keep at the end of the day. And if you are new to the real estate business and you're looking to replace your income, you need to be able to budget for your taxes and your business expenses and your personal expenses to know what you're going to have for a net profit at the end of the year. So as an example, let's say your gross income was $100,000. If you're a top producing salesperson, just add a zero to the end. And then your business expenses were, let's say, roughly 30%, so $30,000. And let's say that your personal expenses were $50,000 and your taxes were 25%. That leaves you with a net profit of, somebody do the math for me here, close to $20,000, let's say. The point is, you're going to have a certain margin at the end of the year. And as you increase your business, maybe your margins can increase too if you keep your expenses the same. But whatever your profits are, I think it's important to know as well, are you going to invest those profits back into your business? Are you going to invest those profits into hard assets like rental real estate, etc., or maybe flipping a house? Are you going to put it into the stock market? Are you maybe going to give back and do something for charity? Or are you just going to simply improve the lifestyle that you have? Of course, make sure that you don't spend more than you earn. And if you want more information on personal tax information and some tips for taxes to real estate agents, check out this video next. Now, your weekly schedule. We had mentioned it before, and if you want me to send you this template so that you can actually fill it in, post it on your wall, and look at it every day as a reminder for when you actually want to go on appointments, what appointments you have that are regularly scheduled into your day, and what you want to do for family time, what certain times of the day you are going to be prospecting on a regular basis, looking for new business, what time of day you're going to be working on lead generation collaboration, management, what time of the day you're going to be working on administrative tasks, what time of the day you're going to be working on team building focused activities or team meetings, etc. It's important to follow through on this activity. Yes, you can use a digital version, but I think printing it off and doing it by hand and posting it on your wall so you can see it every day is that much more important, because your regular Google Calendar is showing ongoing actual appointments. This is your perfect world scenario, what you're going to be doing at certain specific periods of time. So thanks for being here today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on this video next.